I'm with Tailos Robotics, and today we're hosting the Tailos Maintenance webinar. I'm super excited for everyone to start joining, and as we get started, I'm going to go ahead and give it a second so people can start coming in. This is a live webinar, and we encourage participation. So if you're listening in the audience and you have questions, please make sure to ask those questions in the chat box below. We'll be able to answer those questions live on air. Fantastic. I see that we have a full audience today, and so people are joining in. Again, my name is Wes Balmer. I'm Vice President of Tailos Robotics, Vice President of Customer Success at Tailos Robotics, and today we're talking about maintenance. Let's go ahead and introduce our team. I'm here with my team member, Derek. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I'm Derek, the Manager of Customer Success, based here at our headquarters in Austin, Texas. Excited to be here today and review some maintenance for our Rosies.
Fantastic. Again, this is a live show. If you have questions throughout the discussion, please make sure to ask those questions in the chat box below, and we can answer them live on air at the end of the discussion. So the first topic that we're going to talk about today, I'll let Derek jump into this, is safety.
Yeah, safety first, as we all know. Today, really going into the maintenance of your rollers and wheels and your Rosies, you really want to keep in mind, just using safety gloves. They're really something that really can prevent and help you from keeping any germs spreading, anything when as you all know, the robot is cleaning rugs and it's running over, who knows what. So I highly recommend safety gloves. And then also I have a hand sanitizer, alcohol, spray after I take the gloves off, spray, clean up a little, just make sure, just keep yourself safe. Safety first.
Thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and put my safety gloves on. Thank you for that. So as I get started, one of the easiest maintenance topics at the very front of the robot is going to be cleaning the 3D camera. So we have advanced sensors in the robot that allow us to navigate indoors in any space. We use the LiDAR scanner on top and the 3D camera at the front of the robot to navigate indoor environments. So using a microfiber cloth, anything that you would have that would be a soft cloth, a microfiber cloth, simply cleaning the camera is a really important maintenance topic. Just wiping it down every so often will help the robot detect objects and navigate any area where the robot will be deployed. So again, very easy. Just grab your microfiber cloth and wipe it down. Let's go ahead and jump into talking about the roller. So cleaning the roller on the robot boasts tremendous benefits. So I've prepared a couple of slides for us to discuss today where we're going to talk about the anatomy of the robot, the service position of the robot, the roller maintenance screen, and then the roller cleaning procedure. So the anatomy of the robot, as you are all very aware, we have a battery on the back. Anytime that we're servicing the robot, we want to ensure that we remove the battery from the robot completely. You never want to begin servicing the robot with the battery installed. On the sides of the robot, that's where our handles are. That's very important as we discuss how to put the robot into the service position. On the bottom of the robot, you're going to see the roller, the wheels, and these items that we'll be servicing today. To put the robot into the service position, we want to gently rest the robot upside down, resting it front forward just like this. This is going to be called the service position on the robot. This is perfectly safe, and this is the way that when you're servicing the roller or when you're checking the wheels, this is the best way to start service on the machine. One moment. So when should you service the roller? That's a really good question. The robot is very smart. We have sensors in all of our wheels, in our roller, and all around the robot. We'll actually provide you with a maintenance screen, letting you know if something may have gotten stuck in the roller. So as a user of the robot, if you see this message, this is a good indicator that the roller may have a clog or may need general cleaning. Checking the roller on a regular basis is very important too. Our customer success team is also constantly monitoring. Our customer success and our customer support team are constantly monitoring roller health, and we'll provide alerts when we see that rollers may become clogged in the future. So anytime that you're troubleshooting the roller, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the robot and place it into the service position. Okay? The next thing that we're going to do is spin the roller by hand to clear any stuck debris. If something was stuck in the roller, by spinning it by hand, you should be able to dislodge whatever's stuck in the roller so it comes free. And then the last step is performing a full cleaning of the roller. And I'll demonstrate that here very shortly. So here's the procedure, and these are the slides that we'll send out to all of the viewers of this webinar. We're going to remove the Phillips head screws. We're going to release the roller retainers. We're going to remove the roller, remove any tangled hair. We're going to inspect the intake, and we're going to clean the bearing of the roller. I'll show you that as well. Cleaning the bearing is an internal mechanism inside of the roller. The way that our roller is as wide as it is because we have the motor self-contained within the roller, allowing us to perform deep edge cleaning. Inside of the roller, there are a couple of very small parts, and this is very important for any maintenance supervisors or engineers that are watching today. The roller bearing is protected by these two clips. The clips do need to have, on a quarterly basis, do need to have hair and dust removed from those items to prevent dust and hair from entering into the bearings, causing damage. So that's a very important topic as well. And again, our customer support team is well equipped to provide support in this, in these steps and in this process. If you have any questions, please make sure to contact our customer support team by email, text message, or phone in the US and in UK. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate servicing the roller. So I'm on full screen right now. I have the robot in the service position. Now, again, I'm going to show you how to put the robot into the service position so that everyone knows the steps here. By taking the robot and using the handles, I'm picking the robot up and I'm flipping it upside down and setting it down gently with the robot upside down. Now that gives me access to the roller where I can service it. I have a Phillips head screwdriver, a Phillips head #1 screwdriver. That's what's required in order to service the roller. I'm going to start by removing the Phillips head screws from each side of the roller. I'm loosening the screw on each side. And then I'm going to be pulling these clips straight up and resting them off to the side of the robot. So again, by loosening the screws and lifting the roller retaining clips up, I can rest them onto the side, allowing me to free the roller. An important consideration to take into account is these screws are not affixed into the plastic, the roller retainer clip. So if the screws do pop out, you can gently push them into your hand. I always prefer removing the screws and putting the screws off to the side anytime that I'm servicing the roller. Go ahead and do this. Set them off to the side. Fantastic. Now that I have the screws removed and the roller clip up, I can freely access the roller. Now that was a very easy motion. I'm just pulling the roller straight up, just straight up in order for it to come out. we will see that on each side of the roller, you have this is the roller bearing clip. It's directional. You will see that there is an arrow here. The arrow is always pointing down whenever you install the roller back into the slot. On the other side, you'll see the roller motor. The roller motor has contacts which go into the robots where the contacts are in the roller cavity. So anytime that we're installing the roller, make sure that the arrow is down and make sure that the contacts are down. So now that I have the roller removed, I'm going to go ahead and set that down, move the robot off to the side, and we're going to disassemble the roller. The first step is going to be to remove the roller motor. Very easy to do. I can simply pull the roller motor out and push it back in. Very easy to access. So first step is going to be to remove the roller core. Set that off to the side. And the next step is going to be to inspect the bearing. This can be a little bit challenging to remove. So what I'm doing here is I'm applying even force from both sides. Even force by clipping it from both sides and pulling it straight off. You will see that the connector and this plastic clip have been removed at the same time. This is the roller bearing. So we talked about cleaning the roller bearing, cleaning the hair mitigation, and cleaning these plastic clips. That's an essential part of cleaning the roller. Now that I have the roller exposed, I'm going to go ahead and remove any hair that I see. Your rollers will likely be much dirtier than this roller. This is a new robot, but I'm removing any hair that may have collected. A good tool to remove hair from the roller can be a letter opener. It's actually a really good tool. Now that I've removed the hair, I'm just going to perform a quick inspection, make sure that there's no damage to the roller. If I have my isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel, if I wanted to clean the roller, I can. Simply spray some isopropyl alcohol and wipe the roller off. All right. Discard this. Now let's go ahead and go through the process of reassembling the roller. So I have the roller hair mitigation. That's what this component is called. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to join the mitigation device together. I'm going to assemble the plastic clip onto the connector before I put this onto the roller. Now what I'm going to do is, oh, I see a little bit of dust in there. I'm going to go ahead and remove that since I'm here. So I just have my small screwdriver. Let's go ahead and remove anything that's in here. We want to prevent hair and dust from entering into this cavity, and that's what that component is for. That can reduce the lifespan of the bearing, and that can cause the roller to perform poorly. So now that I've cleaned that cavity, I have my hair mitigation device assembled in my hands. I'm going to fit this circle on top of the bearing in a single motion. Fantastic. You will hear this click when it's installed properly. I can tell that this is installed properly by it moving freely around the bearing. So this is ready for installation. I apologize. This side of the roller is ready for installation. So we can go ahead and set that down. Whenever you're installing the roller core, just perform a quick inspection. If there's any dirt or dust or debris, hair in the roller core, remove it. I don't see anything here. Actually, I do see a little bit of hair in between the roller motor. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. I'm using a tool here. Perfect. All right, fantastic. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my roller, using my finger to hold the hair mitigation device in place. I'm just going to slide the roller core into the cavity, and I'm going to turn it until it fits in. The reason why I'm turning it is because of the teeth on this gear here. So by turning it, it's going to help me insert that roller core, the roller motor, into the roller. And now I have the assembled roller core. So I'm going to go ahead and move my robot that's in the service position back over. I have my I have my roller retaining clips off to the side. I'm aligning the arrow with the proper cavity. One thing that's important to note, if I attempt to install this incorrectly, if I attempt to install the roller motor into the wrong side, it will not fit. So you will not be able to install the roller into the robot if you are installing it improperly on the wrong side. So we just want to make sure that we have our arrow pointing down and our contact pointing down. And then we can drop the roller into the robot and push it down. It should fit snug and there should be very minimal effort to get the roller to go into the cavity. If you experience any friction or if it doesn't feel like it's going into that cavity, there's something wrong, call our customer support team and we'll provide help. Let's go ahead and install our roller retaining clips. So again, these fold over and you can press them down. I'm taking the screws that I've set off to the side. I'm installing them one by one. And I've finished servicing the roller. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of the service position, flip it over, and place the robot back down. Fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove my gloves now. The dirty work is over. And we're gonna talk about some of the other maintenance topics. Again, this is a live webinar. If you have questions, please make sure to ask those in the chat, and we'll come to those at the end of the webinar and ask those live on air, answer those live on air. I'll hand it over to you, Derek.
Hello. That was great, Wes. Thank you. Yes, please, let's see some questions come in and we'll get to those shortly. First, let's run this. You all heard about under the settings, we start talking, we release the diagnostic menu. So we're just going to review that for a minute here. Wes, would you go ahead and just play the video?
Yep, video's going right now.
Great. We can see the screen here. If you go up into the settings wheel, you'll find the diagnostics menu. I'm not seeing the video over here. Is everybody seeing it? Great. So the video is just showing you how to access the diagnostic menu. When that's done, I will show you live over here where I am, down here at my robot. What it's going to look like, you're going to go into that settings here, and then you're going to find that diagnostics menu like the video showed and hit that. And then the most important thing is just looking, the only thing you're going to push is run all tests at the bottom left. Run that. The robot will do a little dance. Just checking the impeller now. Right, just take a quick pick here, and it's all green, so we're good to go. I don't can see that. Let me just put that down, and I'll zoom out here.
Very good.
So
Go ahead, Derek.
here I am, I'm coming. Shut Rosie off. Great. So, the diagnostics menu is great for you all to use. If you see something that may seem off, run the diagnostics menu. Try rebooting if something comes up blue or red, try rebooting the robot. If it still comes up, take a picture and reach out to support with either through text or email, and you can send a copy of that, a picture of what the menu is showing. It's also something you'll use in conjunction with your customer success manager and support. Sometimes we'll reach out proactively to ask you to run that and let us know if there's what we're seeing in the data and see if it connects with what's on the diagnostics menu. But yeah, that's the diagnostics menu, Wes.
Thank you so much, Derek. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and just open it up again here for any questions that may be for our audience. Go ahead and ask your questions in the chat box below, and then we can answer those live on air. So today we've talked about safety procedures, ensuring that you use safety gloves and some type of sanitizing solution, whether that's isopropyl alcohol or whatever you prefer. When we're cleaning the camera, we want to use a microfiber cloth or something else that's going to be very soft so that we're able to clean the camera. Cleaning the camera is actually a really good way to make the robot perform really, really well in any space, especially if it's getting dirty. We're not going to be able to see, and we're not going to be able to navigate as well. We discussed servicing the roller, which is a very important maintenance topic. As the roller gets dirty, you will see a screen on the robot that's alerting you that you should clean the roller. The robot will display this screen if it ingests a large piece of debris or if the roller has started to get very dirty. In both of those cases, make sure that you just do a visual inspection. And if that screen persists, have someone on the maintenance or engineering team perform that deep cleaning of the roller. Our team, our customer support team, is also constantly monitoring robots to identify any situation where the roller may start to be getting dirty. And we'll proactively alert you that robot X, Y, and Z needs roller service soon. Again, we talked about the diagnostic menu. That's a very helpful tool, and that's something that our customer support team will ask often. If we're encountering an oddity where the robot is displaying abnormal robot behavior, we will likely ask as a first step in the troubleshooting process to go and start the diagnostic menu by going into the settings, going into diagnostics, and pressing run all tests. So now I'm going to go ahead and go over to the audience where I see a couple of questions coming in. One moment. So from Morgan, will I get alerts when the roller needs to be checked? Derek, do you want to answer that?
Yes, your touch screen will display a roller error. That is when you want to take that first troubleshooting step of really just turning the robot over and making sure there's nothing stuck in there or that you can see. And of course, as Wes mentioned, the next step would be if it's still showing that error, you would then get engineering or someone involved to do that next step of removing that roller.
That's great. Always remember, anytime that we're servicing the roller or checking the roller, it's always very important to remove the battery. And it's always very important to turn the robot into the service position by gently setting it down, upside down, but making sure to use the handles when you're doing that. Very important. And Morgan, I see you have another question. How would I get the diagnostic information once I run the diagnostic testing? I'll go ahead and jump in here. So the diagnostic menu, when you go into that screen, you're going to see a button that says Run All Tests. Pressing the button that says Run All Tests, what you're going to want to do is wait for it to spin around. It's going to spin back and forward several times. That's where we're checking the wheels. Then you're going to hear the robot turn on its suction power, turn on its impeller, start suctioning. That's where it's testing that sensor. Every time it goes through and starts testing each of these components, you're going to see a box on the screen turn from blue to green or from blue to red. Again, if you see red, make sure that you restart the robot so you can start it back up again, and then we can test it together. You can test it one more time. Anytime you see red, just always verify it, go through a reboot first, and perform the diagnostic again. Roshan, I see a question here. I did experience when the robot faces the elevator, if the elevator door is opened, the door won't close. So if I'm not present, the door won't close. So will I have to move the robot? This is a good question, and this comes up somewhat often. We've heard this several times. So as the robot is navigating through those spaces, there are a very, very small percentage of elevator doors that are affected by the 3D camera. Our 3D camera emits infrared so that we can navigate the space. The elevator doors will close when the robot passes that area. So our robot software has the lawnmower pattern where we're taking very long, confident strides down the hallways. This shouldn't last for anything more than 5 seconds or so as the robot goes past the elevator entrance, if that is occurring at your property. But this is very important, and this is a good topic to check in with your customer success team member. So if you have any more questions like that, we'll actually be responding out to you to get more information about this after this webinar. But very good question, and I appreciate you asking that live on air.
Yes, hello, Roshan. Nice to see you here.
All right, fantastic. So this is the conclusion of the live webinar. I don't see any more questions in the chat. We will be sending this out to all of our users as a video recording that you can watch at a later date. If you're watching this video at a later date and you need some support, please reach out. Our customer support team can be reached. Let me go ahead and just open up that information. Our customer support team can be reached multiple ways: by email, by phone, and by text message at any of the options that you see below. If you have any questions in regards to maintenance, or if you just want someone to be on the phone with you while you're performing these specific tasks, we're always happy to support. So fantastic. Let me go ahead and jump over to the end screen. Derek, thank you so much for joining me today.
No, thank you. And thank you everyone for joining. And we really appreciate all of you and hope you have a wonderful, happy holiday and wonderful and amazing new year.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Again, any questions, please send a message to our support team and they'd be happy to help. Take care.